Hi everyone, this is Liz from Strength and Grace. This is the April 27th, 2020 super slow balancing of flow FBLIVE. This might be the last FBLIVE, though I doubt it. Super slow flow that we offer. So tonight's flow is all about balancing and grounding, okay? So it's going to be slow, it's going to be introspective. Oh yay, Tatiana's here. It's going to be super slow, super introspective, forward folds, balancing, theme of grounding here, okay? So always have your own music if you choose. And then we're going to start out actually, kind of abnormal for me, but we're actually going to start out in child's pose here, okay? So you're going to come into child's pose. You can go wide or not, it's up to you. Big toes together. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine. On the exhale, releasing those sit bones back and letting those arms come out in front. Deep inhales, deep exhales. You can always use a bolster here if this is at all uncomfortable for you. Or a towel behind the knees if it hurts your knees. So beginning to breathe in and out through the nose. Letting each inhale and exhale become a little bit longer, a little bit deeper than the last. Moving into that Ujjayi breath, the victorious breath, inhaling, expanding the belly, expanding the ribs, expanding the chest. On the exhale, so from the chest to the ribs, to the belly, finally concaving. So inhaling and filling up from bottom to top. Exhaling and emptying from top to bottom. And then if you're in the wide-legged variation, just bring those legs together now. And then on the exhale, let the sit bones go over to one side and bring the arms over to the other. We're going to inhale, lengthen through the sit bones and the arms. And then on the exhale, just twisting slightly to one side with those hands. So each inhale we lengthen, each exhale we twist just a little bit. And then inhaling, coming back to center. Exhale, fold. And then letting your sit bones go over to the other side and bring those hands over to the opposite now. So again, we're going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And then inhaling, coming back to center. Exhale, fold. And then on the inhale, letting the chest just come up off of the ground. Let the sit bones go to one side or the other. And then bring your feet together in front of you into Baddha Konasana here. So soles of the feet together. You can use a block on either side here if you choose. Taking those thumbs onto the insteps of the feet and then opening them up as if they were a book. And then just begin to massage out the bottoms of the feet here. Keeping those deep inhales and exhales. And then feet are nice and open. We're going to inhale, lengthen up through the spine, extend up through the crown. On the exhale, hinge at the hips forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Going to a point of discomfort and breathing until it becomes comfortable. And then on the next exhale, just folding a little bit deeper. And then letting those arms come out in front of you. Inhaling, reaching through the fingertips. Exhaling, folding just a little bit deeper here. And then inhaling, coming back up, bringing those hands behind you to support you as you bring your legs out wide here. Toes going towards the knees here, pushing those legs back. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, hinge at the hips forward. Not pushing it, just breathing here. And then inhaling, coming up, bringing the hands next to you again. Then bring the legs together in front. Toenails towards the knees. Okay, Paschimottanasana here. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, hinge forward. Don't grab on. So we're not going to pull ourselves here. We're just going to let the body release on its own. Keep using the breath. And then inhaling, coming up. Taking your left leg in here, okay? And then pushing your right leg out in front of you. So your right hip's a little bit further than your left. Taking that left foot either into the right hand or the right elbow crease. Left arm comes around to hold. And then just beginning to rock here in that left hip. Warming up the synovial fluid. Toenails towards the knee. Great, and then releasing that left leg out, readjusting here. Now bringing that right foot in, pushing back so that the right hip is a little bit back behind the left. Then taking that right foot either into the left hand or left elbow crease. Toenails towards the knee. Right arm comes around to hold. And just rocking. Great, and then releasing that right leg out, readjusting here the hips, and then bring both legs in, knees bent, feet together. Hands behind you to support you, and then let just the knees rock to one side. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, over to the other side. Now letting those knees fall to one side. On the inhale, pushing through the arm that's down, lifting the sit bones up and reaching the top arm up over the head. And then on the exhale, we're going to come down, transfer to the side, other side. Then we're going to inhale, lengthen and extend. And then on the exhale, transferring. So using your breath here. Then coming over to that one side, taking a few breaths here. 5 more length with each inhale. Right, and then releasing the top hand down and let the sit bones come down. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, twisting backwards. And then if you choose, you can release both forearms down here. And then coming up onto your hands, inhaling, coming back around, and then exhale over to the other side. And again, we're going to take a few breaths here to really lengthen out and connect to the extension. And then release the sit bones down, let that top hand come down, shoulders square. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And again, if you choose, coming down onto your forearms. And if you're on your forearms, come back up onto your hands. And come around to Sukhasana briefly. And then rocking up hands and knees, tabletop position. So in tabletop, hands directly below the shoulders, knees directly below the hips, tops of the feet are down. Eyes of the elbows are facing forward. On the inhale, releasing the belly down, puffing the chest out, looking up. Exhaling, rounding your back, tucking your tail, releasing your head. So using your breath here in cat-cow, inhaling belly down, puffing out. Exhaling, rounding and tucking. Coming back to neutral, inhaling right arm, left leg, bird dog. So reach through the left heel and the right middle finger. On the exhale, down to the mat, around the back, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen back out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Taking one more. Releasing that right hand down. Inhaling the left leg up to a side hip raise. Straighten out your left leg and release it down. Take the left hand underneath the face. Inhale that right arm up. Reach, lengthen, and extend. On the exhale, thread the right arm under the left, perhaps going for toe tap, but more importantly, releasing the head down here. And then you can stay here if you want, inhaling that left arm up back behind you. Grab the underside of the right rib cage. And if you have that hold, release it, placing that left hand down, pushing through. Right hand comes in line. Left leg comes in line. Readjusting if needed. And then inhaling, left arm, right leg, bird dog. So again, heel, middle finger, no sinking in shoulder. On the exhale, down to the mat. Or round the back, elbow to knee. And then inhale, lengthen back out. Taking one more. Releasing that left hand down. Inhaling, right leg up to side, hip raise. Straighten it out, release it down. Right hand comes underneath the face. Inhale that left arm up, reach, lengthen, and extend. On the exhale, thread the left arm under the right. Again, perhaps toe grab, perhaps not. More importantly, releasing shoulder and head down. And then if you choose, right arm comes up, back behind you. Grab the underside of the left rib cage. And then releasing that hold if you have it. Placing right hand firmly down, pushing through, coming into tabletop position. Then bringing those knees wide, big toes together. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, release the sit bones back. Let the arms come out in front. Wide-legged child's pose here, taking several breaths. Knowing that you can always come to child's pose at any time during the practice, right? This is your time on your mat. And then inhaling, coming back up into tabletop, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Curl your toes under. On the exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Roll your shoulder blades towards your armpits, push up and back through your hips. Weight in your fingertips, not in your wrist. Head is relaxed, ears are aligned with the arms. If you want, you can begin to pedal your feet, walk your dog, lift one heel, bend that knee. And then the other. Then on the exhale, let those heels go back as far as they may. Push through the sit bones a little bit more. Find more extension here. And then gazing at the hands, bending the knees, stepping the feet up to meet. Inhaling to a halfway lift. Flatten out your back, extend out through your crown. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, left elbow and right hand, right elbow and left. Release that in between and begin to rock here from side to side. In ragdoll, knees are bent. Head is heavy. Just letting it go. And letting those hands hang all the way down to the ground here. Taking your hands here, your fingers, and just wiggling each toe here at a time. Connecting to the toes here that we stand on every day that ground us. Going through them once and then back again. Waking them up a little bit. Good, and then bringing those hands to your shins, inhaling up to a halfway lift, flatten it out. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Slow inhale, roll up, ever so slowly. One vertebrae at a time. Rolling your shoulders down and back, extending up through the crown of your head, reaching through your fingertips, internally rotating your thighs. Inhaling your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, lead with the chest. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten it out. Bend the knees, bring the hands down, step back, plank, high push-up position. Knees down, tops of the feet, legs together. Exhale, modified chaturanga all the way down. Inhaling, rising up, cobra, shoulders rolled back down and away. Pulling the chest forward, open up the heart, push through the tops of the feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll shoulders, push up and back. Find the length behind the legs here. Let the hips just sway to one side or the other. Then gazing at your hands, bending your knees, stepping your feet up to meet. Inhaling to a halfway lift, flatten it out. Exhale, fold, slight bend in the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, lead with the chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend the knees, bring the hands down, step the left leg back, low lunge. Release the left knee, top of the left foot down. Inhale, just gaze up here. So hands are still on the ground or on two blocks. Just opening up here a little bit, but not too much. Good, now on the exhale, straighten out your right leg, bend your left. You can always have two blocks here or something behind you to sit on if you choose. Push through that right heel, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, take several long, deep inhales and exhales. And then inhaling, coming up, gazing up. Curl your left toes under, push up, step, right foot back to meet the left. Knees down, tops of the feet, legs together. Exhale, modify chaturanga all the way down. Inhale, rise up, cobra, shoulders back down and away. Pull forward, open up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll shoulders, push up and back, squeeze the front of the thighs. Gazing at the hands, bending the knees, stepping the feet up to meet. Inhaling to a halfway lift, flatten out the back. Exhale, fold, bend knees, hands down, step the right foot back, low lunge. Release the right knee, top of the right foot down. Inhale, just gazing up here, but keeping the hands on the ground or on blocks. And then on the exhale, straighten out your left leg, bend your right. Again, you can use two blocks here for the hands. Coming back again, several deep, long inhales and exhales. And then inhaling, coming up, gazing up, curling those right toes under, pushing up. Left foot steps back to meet the right. Knees down, tops of the feet, legs together. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, rise up, cobra, shoulders back down and away. Pull the chest forward, open up the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog, roll shoulders to the armpits. Push up and back through the hips. Pushing through your fingers, lengthening out the back of the legs. Gazing at your hands, bending your knees, stepping your feet up to meet. Inhaling to a halfway lift, flatten it out. Exhale, fold, slight bend in the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, lead with the chest. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten it out. Bend the knees, bring the hands down, step the left leg back short. Ground it out 60 to 90 degrees, heel to arch, hands on instep. Windmill up, short Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten out both legs. Open up those hips, squeeze the front of the thighs, push through the outside edge of that left foot, including the pinky toe. Gazing over that right middle finger, we're going to inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Take the time, lengthen, release. Hand on shin, foot, outside, inside, block or not. Lengthen out through that right shoulder, reach up, active through that left hand for Trikonasana. Triangle pose. And then gazing down at that right foot, bend the right knee. Right thumb to right pinky toe. Out in front, 6 to 8 inches. You can use a block here. Inhale, rise up, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Stack left hip on top of the right. Reach up actively through that left hand. When you feel balanced, bring your gaze up towards that left hand. And then bring your gaze down towards your right foot, letting your left hand come to the top of the mat here, at the top corner of the mat. Again, you can use a block. Let your left hip come down parallel to the floor. And then when you're ready, inhale your right arm up for Parsvriti Ardha Chandrasana, revolve to half moon. Finding balance here, grounding through. And then bringing that right hand back down, left hip comes back on top of right. Left arm reaches up. And then gazing down at that right foot, bend the right knee, release the left foot back, come back in, Trikonasana, open up. Gaze up at that left hand, inhale, rise. Gaze over the right, bend the knee, windmill down, step it back. Knees down, tops of the feet, legs together. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, rise up, cobra, shoulders back down and away. Pulling forward, opening up. Exhale, downward facing dog, roll shoulders. Push up and back. So you can stay here if you want, inhaling that left arm up. On the exhale, threading the left arm underneath the body, grabbing the outside of the right ankle, calf or upper thigh, but not the knee. And then releasing that hold, gazing at your hands, bending your knees, stepping your feet up to meet. Inhale to a halfway lift, flatten it out. Exhale, fold, bend knees, hands down, step the right foot back short. Ground it out 60 to 90, heel to arch, hands on instep. Windmill up, short Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten out both legs. Open up the hips, squeeze the front of the thighs. Gaze over that left middle finger. We're going to inhale, reach. Exhale, fold, take the time. Lengthen, release. Again, hand on shin. Foot, outside, inside, block or not. Lengthen out through the left shoulder. Reach up through that right hand for Trikonasana. Triangle pose. Opening up here. You can always go for extended here if you choose. And then that right arm comes back up. We're going to gaze down at that left foot. Bend the left knee, left thumb, left pinky toe. Out in front, 6 to 8 inches. Again, block is always an option. Inhale. Rise up, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Stack right hip on top of left. Reach up actively through that right hand. When you feel balanced, gazing up through that to that right thumb, pushing through the right heel. And then bringing your gaze down to that left foot. Let the right hand come to the top right hand corner of the mat. Again, you can use a block. The right hip becomes square towards the floor. Then we're going to inhale that left arm up. Parsvriti, Ardha Chandrasana. Revolved half moon. And then that left hand comes down. Right hip stacks back on top. When you're ready, right arm reaches back to Ardha Chandrasana. Gazing at the left foot, bend the left knee. Release the right foot back. Straightening it out. Coming back in to Trikonasana. And then gazing up at that right hand. Inhale, rise. Gaze over the left. Bend the knee. Windmill. Step it back. Knees down. Tops of the feet. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Shoulders back down and away. Pull forward. Open up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll shoulders. Push up and back. And again, you can stay here if you choose. Inhale that right arm up. On the exhale, thread the right arm under the body. Grab the outside of the left ankle, calf, or upper thigh. Releasing that hold. Gazing at your hands, bending your knees, stepping your feet up to meet. Inhaling to a halfway lift, flatten it out. Exhale, fold. Take the arms behind the legs here and either grab the wrists, the hands, the forearms, or perhaps the back of the legs. Inhaling, pushing the sit bones up as the head reaches down towards the ground. On the exhale, bending yourself in here. Let the weight come onto the toes. And then hands to your shins. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Lead with the chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend the knees, bring the hands down, step the left leg back onto the toes. When you're ready, inhale, rise up, high lunge, shoulders roll back, down and away, hips square towards the front of the mat. And then hinging forward, floating up. Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3, pushing through the left heel, reaching out through those hands. And then you can stay here on the inhale, coming up with left knee bent high here. And then bringing those arms out to a T formation. Okay, on the exhale, bring the left arm over the right and hug it in nice and tight. Let those hands interweave and bring them up. Now bend that right knee and let that left leg cross over, and if you have good ankle flexibility there, coming around into eagle pose. And then you can either release those eagle arms or keep them and bring that left leg back up. And then we're going to inhale that left leg back, push through the heel, back into Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3 with eagle arms here. Now bend the right knee, release the left foot back. Inhale, come on up. And then unweave those hands, bring them on down. Step, right foot back to meet the left. Knees down, tops of the feet. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Shoulders back down and away. Pull forward. Open up. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Roll shoulders. Push up and back. Squeeze the front of the thighs. Gazing at the hands, bending the knees, stepping the feet up to meet. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, full bend knees, hands down, step the right foot back onto the toes. Left knee is at 90 as we inhale. Rise up, high lunge here. Great, and we're going to shift that weight forward, float up, Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3, pushing through that right heel. Reaching through those arms, eyes, 4 feet or so in front of you on the floor. And you can stay there if you want. Inhaling, coming up, bringing that right knee up here. And then bring those arms out to T formation. Hug yourself around on the exhale. Right arm is on top of left. And then interweave those hands. Push the elbows forward, reach up with the hands. Bend that left knee slightly, and if you want, snake that right arm around. That right leg around for eagle pose. Reaching up through those hands and elbows pushing forward. Then you can release the arms if you want or keep them. As we inhale, come back, right knee is up first. And then we inhale that right leg back, push through the heel. Bend the left knee, release the right foot back, high lunge with eagle arms, opening up. Release the hold, bring the hands on down. Step, left foot back to meet the right. Knees down. Tops of the feet. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Shoulders back down and away. Pull forward. Open up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll your shoulders, push up and back, squeeze the front of the thighs. Gazing at the hands, stepping the feet up to meet. Inhale to a halfway lift, flatten out. Exhale, fold if it's available to you. Bringing the hands underneath the feet with the palms against the soles of the feet. And then just coming in and letting your your toes massage out your wrists here. And then releasing that, bring hands to shins. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way down. Swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Oh boy. Now we inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, lead with the chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back, plank. Knees down, tops of the feet. Exhale all the way down. Bring those arms out in front of you, wrapping the hands around the upper arms here so that the elbows are right underneath those shoulders. Legs are together in the back. Turn those hands out so that the thumbs are facing each other here. Roll your shoulders down and back. And on the inhale, we're going to bring the elbows together as if they're squeezing a block, and then externally rotate the shoulders. And begin to inhale and open up the heart here, almost dragging yourself again across the floor. Exhale, come down. One hand on top of the other. Opposite cheek down, rest. And then we're going to come in one more time here. So again, wrapping those hands around the upper arms. Turning the hands out, shoulders roll back down and away. Inhaling, opening up here into Sphinx. Again, elbows going towards each other, shoulders going away from each other. Pulling across the floor. And then you can stay there if you want. Let those forearms come down. Curl your toes under. On the exhale, push up into dolphin pose. Walking those feet in. Eyes can either be on the thumbs or the ankles. And then stepping those feet back out into a forearm plank. Knees down, tops of the feet, all the way down. Switching hands, switching cheek, rest. And then hands come to your side. Inhaling up into cobra, opening up. Exhale, downward facing dog, rolling shoulders. Pushing up and back. Gazing at the hands, floating through to a seated position. Coming down onto your back here. You can always have a block in between your knees here if you choose for bridge. Feet are close to the sit bones, arms are at your side. Pushing through the heels on the outside edges of your feet. Inhaling, lifting your hips up. You can stay here or if you choose. Roll one shoulder underneath you, then the other. Clasp the hands. Open up. And each inhale, just keep opening a little bit more. Use that breath. And then unclasping your hands, let one shoulder unroll. Then the other, coming down with control from shoulders to tailbone. One vertebrae at a time. Great, and then coming up again, so heels outside edges of the feet. Inhaling, lifting those hips up. Rolling shoulders, clasping hands, opening up here. And then again, unclasping one shoulder, then the other. Coming down with control from shoulders to tailbone. Articulating the vertebrae. One at a time. Great, and then if you choose, letting those feet come out wide on the mat. On the exhale, let the knees rock to one side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, over to the other side. Great, on the exhale, bring both knees into the chest, cross the ankles, hands behind the knees, rocking up to a seated position. Bringing your right leg out in front of you, your left leg in. Remove the flesh from the sit bone, push through the right heel. Inhale your arms up. On the exhale, hinge forward, Janu Sirsasana. So you can use a strap here or a dog leash or towel if you choose. Remembering it's two different directions. We're going forward and down. No pain behind the right knee, squeezing the front of that right thigh. And then reaching through your hands, inhaling your arms up and bringing them next to you. Your left leg goes out. Your right leg comes in. Remove the flesh. Push through the heel. Inhale your arms up. On the exhale, hinge forward. And then reaching through those hands, inhaling your arms up, bringing them next to you. Now the right leg goes out to meet the left. Remove the flesh. Squeeze the front of the thigh, squaring yourself. Inhaling your arms up. On the exhale, hinge forward, Paschimottanasana. And then reaching through your hands, inhaling, your arms up, bringing them next to you. Scooting your bum forward, bringing your feet out wide on the mat. Coming down onto your back. Letting your left leg go out straight. On the exhale, bring the right knee into your chest and hug it in nice and tight. Right arm out to the right side, T formation, turn and gaze, inhale. Exhale, release right leg to left, keeping right shoulder down. Single leg, supine twist. Inhaling, coming back up to center, release the right leg out. On the exhale, left knee into chest, hug it in. Left arm, left side, T formation, turn and gaze, inhale. Exhale, release left leg to right, keeping left shoulder down. Inhaling, coming back up to center, bringing both legs into the chest wide with the feet flexed. Let the arms come on to the inside of the legs and either go for yogi toe lock here or you can grab the outsides of the feet. The head comes back down, the feet go towards the ceiling and happy baby. You can stay here, perhaps rocking from side to side, massaging out the low back. Great, releasing that hold, letting the legs come out wide on the mat with the knees bent. Arms are at your side with the palms facing up. Right leg begins to become heavy and opens up towards the floor. When your left hip shifts, let your right leg just slide out straight, flip-flopping. Left knee begins to become heavy, opens up towards the floor. When the right hip shifts, left leg slides out straight, flip-flopping. Closing your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. 4, Shavasana, final relaxation, corpse pose. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Ground is what lies beneath our feet. It is the place where we already stand, a state of recognition, the place or the circumstances to which we belong, whether we wish to or not. It is what holds and supports us, but also what we do not want to be true. It is what challenges us, physically or psychologically, irrespective of our hoped for needs. It is the living underlying foundation that tells us what we are, where we are, what season we are in, and what, no matter what we wish in the abstract, is about to happen to our body, in the world, or in the conversation between the two. To come to ground is to find a home in circumstances and in the very physical body we inhabit, in the midst of all those circumstances, and above all, to face the truth, no matter how difficult that truth may be. To come to ground is to begin the courageous conversation, to step into difficulty by taking that first step. Begin the movement through all difficulties to find the support and the foundation that has been beneath our feet all along. A place to step onto, a place on which to stand, and a place from which to step. Everybody taking a really big inhale here, expanding out the belly. Open up your mouth, side out. Let it go. And then wiggling your toes and wiggling your fingers. Rolling your ankles and rolling your wrists. Bringing the knees into your chest and hugging them in. Hugging yourself. And then when you're ready, rolling over on to your right side. Into fetal position. Taking a moment there. Taking a moment for yourself. With yourself. By yourself. Love yourself. And then when you're ready, placing your left hand on the floor in front of your face. And using that to help you sit up. And come into Sukhasana. Easy pose. Cross-legged pose. Thank you all for joining me this evening for this slow flow of balance. I had a wonderful time. Being grounded is not just about the ground around us, but being grounded within ourselves. And in order to be truly grounded within ourselves, we must understand the truths within ourselves. We need to stand in ourselves as we are in all seasons of life. Once we know that, we have something very strong to push off from. Have a wonderful, glorious week. Namaste.